There are two things I think about with AI. One is context, which is data going in.
Mm-hmm.
These are kind of the nouns. What do you have access to that you're going to eat? You think about what AI does, both at what LLMs do. They eat data
Mm-hmm.
and then they spit something out, right? And those are the actions or the verbs. The AI does blah,
Okay.
right? And so all day long, I'm thinking about those verbs actually first. What can the AI do for people? And then you have to think about, well, if it's really going to do that job, what data would it have to have in order to do that job?
Yeah.
And so the way then I think about data is in service of those verbs. So for instance, I would like to get to a point where the AI had increasing amounts of matter context to the point where it had everything.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, today, Clio doesn't necessarily have all recorded, transcribed, and summarized phone calls
Yeah.
and Zoom calls, and perhaps even in-person meetings, depositions, et cetera, inside of it. If it did, what would that allow us to do? Not only would it allow us to key up better tasks and follow on action items, it would also allow us to provide better summaries to clients. Hey, this is what we talked about. These are the key dates coming up, et cetera. Today, we can do some of that. We have some of that data.
Mm-hmm.
I want more of it. Why? Because it allows the AI to do a more fulsome task. So then the second part of your question was like, how then should our customers think about this? I think
Mm-hmm.
they should think about it in the same way because we already have some AIs that operate in this way. In particular, Vincent, inside of Clio Work, operates this way. It can do a whole host of things, whether that's like, hey, create a timeline for me or do tabular review for me, et cetera. In order to do those things well, it's got to have data to eat.
Right.
So the documents that you put in Clio are what it has access to do those jobs, right? And so getting organized, having all of that data available, it just provides more fuel for these AIs to work with in order to provide you better output. And people should, I should probably say this before we go, which is like, people shouldn't worry about putting that stuff in there, right? Like, we're going to make it available for your instance of the AI, but it's not going to go anywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're going to protect it so it's just available to you. But, I think folks should be thinking about this the same way I think about it, which is like, hey, the more of my matter I can provide to the system, the more jobs it can do for me. And my goal as Chief Product Officer is to release more and more tools to use that data in more interesting ways to help you get your job done.
Mm-hmm.
But even now, there's just a ton of power there with what we have already with Grow AI, Manage AI, Vincent, et cetera.